యశ్వంత్ గారు నేను ఒక 2 minutes లో మాట్లాడతాను. ఒక్క 2 minutes లో మాట్లాడతాను. So friends, without wasting much of the time, I request Satish Garu to kindly take up the things and start the proceedings.
Sure,
and I wish you all a happy Dashara, more particularly. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Good morning. So good morning, friends. I wish you all a very, very happy Dasara. So let's start this session with a quick recap. Friends, 3 things as usual. See me, hear me, and okay, I haven't put the slides yet, but if you can see me and hear me, type 2 in the chat box. Nice. Okay, good. All right, so friends, let's do a quick recap. We'll continue from there. Okay, before we start the recap, I just want to know how many of you are willing to speak today on the homework I gave you. Just type me in the chat box, me. Okay. Okay, if you're ready, type me. If you're not ready, you don't have to type no. Okay, just type me if you wanted to speak today. Friends, I repeat again. You cannot swim, my friends, by just reading a book. You've got to get into the pool, right? The same way, if you want to build your public speaking skill, you got to ensure you speak often. And let me tell you, this is one of the safest platform you have to practice and learn. Why? Because all of us are we are one family now. We are friends. We've been together for many weeks now, and everybody's learning. So if you cannot speak here, you'll find it difficult to speak before strangers. Agree? So please make sure when you get such opportunities, use them, speak. You make mistakes, that's perfectly normal, right? We learn how not to make those mistakes in the future again. So such opportunities don't miss. So when I give you some assignments like this to speak before everyone, use such opportunities, right? So friends, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 4 people who are ready to speak today. I'm expecting 10 people to speak. Remember the topics I gave you last week? I gave you 4 topics. You don't have to, you don't have to speak today the entire speech. I'm keen to observe how you can do your beginnings. We'll just try to master what we learned so far, right? So we'll ensure that today you'll only speak the introduction part of your speech. And so I just type me if you're ready again. So 1, 2, 3, 4 people are already ready to talk. I need more participants, please. And by the way, if you are not typing me there, we will handpick you randomly, right? So let me put the slides on. Okay, friends, so quickly let's do a recap before you start speaking today. Let's do a quick recap. Friends, if you can see the slide, type yes. If you can see the slide, type yes, please. Good. Friends, doing a quick recap, I told you that whenever you want to speak, wherever you want to speak, there are 4 things we need to have clarity on. Even today, when those of you are speaking here, you have to just tell me those 4 things. We need to ensure that you have clarity about those 4 things, and then you'll start speaking. The 4 things, we call them talk, right? So we need to have clarity about the topic. I already gave you some topics last week. When you're trying to speak today, let us know the topic you're speaking on, so we know you have the clarity on the topic. Number 2 is we also need to know the audience. So whom have you decided as your audience? Now, are you equal audience, above or below? Let us know first before, I like this quotation. You may want to make a note of this quotation. It says, designing a presentation without an audience in mind is like writing a love letter and addressing it to whomsoever it may concern. I repeat, designing a presentation without an audience in mind is like writing a love letter and addressing to someone, saying to whomsoever it may concern. Now, that doesn't look good, right? The same is true with public speaking. If you're not clear as to who your audience are, it doesn't give the right picture when you speak on the stage. So friends, so the two, you need to tell us the audience clarity you have. Is it above, below, or equal? You made a note of this sentence? Type yes. I repeat, designing a presentation without an audience in mind is writing a love letter and addressing it to whomsoever it may concern. We don't want to do the mistake, right? So please make sure. Yes. Do you have to turn on your video while speaking? Yes, you have to, Nandishwaran. We want to see you. We want to observe your body language. All right. So you will have to put the video on and then speak. Good. So the second clarity, you should know who your audience are and let us know. The third clarity is the leading objective. What I'm trying to do today with this topic, the audience you chose, are you educating them, motivating them, or entertaining them? So that clarity you need to let us know. And finally, what is your key message you want to deliver to them in a one-liner? You must let me know, and you will start speaking today. And friends, today in this activity, I'm not expecting you to speak the whole speech. I'm keen to see how you start your presentation, because so far we only learned the introduction part of our public speaking, right? So I'm keen to see how you're starting your presentation, and then the entire speech, if you want to do it, you can do it in less than 3 minutes. Or if you want to stop after the introduction, you can do it, right? Okay with it, just type yes. Okay, nice. So friends, let me bring up the topics I gave you last week. Now, these are the topics I gave you last week. Importance of parents, or how to reduce screen time, or how to improve memory, or the power of goal setting. I asked you to pick up any 2 topics, and I asked you to make at least 2 to 3 different varieties of introductions, right? So I just don't want to do one introduction. If possible, I want to do 2 or 3 beginnings with the same topic. So let's get started, friends. Let's pick up. Okay, let's start with Nandishwaran. Nandishwaran. You can switch on your video. Good morning, Nandishwaran. You can unmute yourself.
Okay. A very good morning to 100%. I am Nandishwaran from Tamil Nadu. Today I would like to speak about how to reduce screen time. Okay, before entering into the topic, I would like to ask something. Okay, friends, who all need to reduce your screen time in your mobile phones or laptop? Please raise your hands in the chat.
Okay, one second. I'm sorry, Nandishwaran. Sorry to cut you short. Nandishwaran, before you start speaking, yes, let me know your TALK first and then start speaking. Mention your TALK and then start speaking.
Yes, sir.
What is your topic? Who are the audience you chose? What is the reading objective? What is your key message? Just tell me that and then you start speaking, Nandishwaran.
Yes, sir. My topic is to how to reduce the time spent on mobile phones or laptops or some other gadgets now. And my
Okay.
audience are maybe equal to my level.
Equal.
Yes, sir. Equal to
Okay.
my level. My leading objective is to suggest them some strategies.
No. Reading objective is either you educate them or motivate them or entertain them on this topic. What do you want to do primarily?
Motivate, sir.
Motivate them. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And what's your
My
key
key
message?
message is to provide some strategies to overcome the addiction on mobiles or laptops, sir.
Very good. Nandishwan, a small. Okay, fine. You go ahead. At the end of the session, I'll give you the feedback. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Okay, friends, who are all need to reduce the time wasted on your mobile phones? Please raise your hand.
Okay. We all did. Go ahead, Nandishwaran. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir. Okay. First, imagine that when we are living in 1960s or before than that, what will be our hobbies and what will be our time pass and so on. Just think this. There will be no mobile phones or laptops. Then there will be no more special gadgets now available. Think that they have used to read books from that time. And some of the teachers also say, please don't waste time on your reading on your other books and concentrate on the studies. So even though they are reading other books, they mentioned it as wasting their time because they used it as hobby to learn books. But now we are all using the time on mobile phones or other special gadgets we are using to just pass our time. Then
Okay.
I would like to share 5 strategies to overcome the addiction on special gadgets now.
Okay.
Sir, I have to continue.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Perfect. Okay. Friends, can you all type clap for him in the chat box? Very nice. Friends, this is the common rule we'll follow here. Whenever someone speaks, okay, friends, the common rule we follow here is when someone speaks, if you like anything about it, okay, one positive. If you find any one positive about him, you'll mention it in the chat box. And no negatives, please. Okay, you'll not type anything negative. If they send something that you found positive about that person, you'll ensure you just mention one positive from your end about Nandishwaran now. Okay, everyone, you can type one positive you felt about him. Okay, positive doesn't mean you'll bless him, Radha. Positive means that, you know, any one good point that you found about when he spoke. Suppose Lakshmi said it's a good beginning. Yes, definitely yes. Okay, good. He felt composed. Good initiative. Very good. Nice. Okay, Nandishwaran.
Yes.
I'm very impressed with a few things that you did. Your talk is clear. You know that your topic, you know your audience, you know you want to motivate them. You have your key message. When I give a feedback to someone, it's a feedback for everyone, right? So you can also make a note of it if you want to. Now, the key message, Nandishwar, you said by the end of my session, I want to suggest some strategies to them on how to reduce the screen time, right? Now that you have to be more clear, okay? How many strategies? See, you said you want to teach them 5 strategies, right?
Yes,
so
sir.
when you tell me the key message, you should say, by the end of my session, I want to teach my audience 5 key strategies, how to reduce their screen time. So you have to be specific when you tell me your key message.
Yes, sir.
Right? When you actually first told me, you said you teach them some strategies. Now, some strategies is vague. You have to be clear in your mind as to how many strategies you're going to teach them by the end of your session, right?
Yes, sir.
So even others, friends, when tell me the K, be specific when you talk about your K, right? You use 2 strategies. Nandishwan, I'm very impressed. You use 2 strategies. The first strategy is involve. You said, how many sitting here wanted to reduce your screen time? Put your hands up. Now, that's way of involving them, which is very nice. Starting with the question is always a great option. The second thing I really liked about the way you started it is, you said, imagine that. Imagine that, that's the strategy you used, right? You said, imagine in 1960s when there are no televisions and no cell phones, imagine how people used to spend their time. So I like the way you started making us imagine of a time when there was no cell phones, right? So two good strategies used, involving them and in making the use of imagine. Use a combination of both of them. Very, very impressive. Pat yourself. I can do it for you.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Good. Okay. One thing that you need to work on, my friend, is eye contact. Okay. When you're speaking on the online sessions, try to look at the lens and speak. Don't look here and there. Try to speak. When you speak to the lens so that audience will feel that you're looking at us. Okay. When it comes to on stage, okay, when you're speaking on stage, we'll talk about body language later. We'll talk about eye contact later. But online sessions, always try to focus on the lens, because that's when we feel you're talking to us. Right? Fantastic. Who's the next one? Nandishwar, you can switch off your video.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, the next person we're looking for is Nikhil Agrawal. Nikhil Agrawal, can you switch on your video, please? And can you unmute yourself? Nikhil Agrawal. Nikhil Agrawal. Nikhil, are you there?
His audio is on, sir, but video is not open.
Okay. Nikhil, kindly switch on your video, please.
Speak once.
Nikhil,
Respond.
say hello.
Hello.
Yes, Nikhil.
Hello. Sir.
Yes,
Hello.
Nikhil, we can hear you. Switch on your video, please.
Sir, internet is not so good, sir. It's not working. I can't hear you, sir. Hello.
Okay, fine. No worries. Go ahead with your audio.
Yes, sir.
First, tell me your talk.
Sorry, sir. I haven't attended last classes, so I'm not ready for this. I'll prepare in a 10 minutes. I can say you after 10 minutes.
Fine, no worries. Whenever you're ready, just type message in the chat box.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Right. Okay, can we have Radha Air, please? Radha Air, switch on your video, please, and also your audio.
Am I visible, sir?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning, everyone. I'm Radha Air, and today I have brought you with a talk. So
One
now,
second. I'm really sorry. Radha, I need your talk first.
sir, I'm saying talk only.
Achha, okay, fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, go
So
ahead.
my topic for today is how to reduce screen time. And
Mhm.
I'm targeting the equal level audience.
Okay.
And my leading objective is to motivate the audience. And
Right.
finally, my key message is to help my audience to reduce the screen time. So now let's begin with introduction. Now, do you know that Steve Jobs, who is the founder of Apple Inc., himself doesn't let his kids use an iPad? So I have used your OMG strategy. Okay, now don't worry. I am here to tell you, and I have brought in here 3 simple tips how to reduce screen time. So here I address the need or problem of the audience. Okay, now we all have common point. Now what is that common point? We always strive and feed for our focus. We firmly believe in it. And we always believe to distract our distractions. Okay, so hereby I addressed the common point strategy. Okay, hereby now I'm starting with the another topic. Here is the power of goal setting. The next one, my audience, here also I have targeted the same level of equal audience. And my leading objective is to educate the audience. And my key message is to empower them with the power of goal setting. Okay, now let's begin with introduction. So here I'm using Dare to Be Different strategy. So I'm going to sing a song, which is you can correlate with our goal setting. पानी दा रंग बैठ के पानी दा रंग बैठ गए अखियां जहां जोर दी. Okay, fine. What I'm trying to say is that we should be so much determined to our goals that whatever struggle comes in our path, we are just like a water to adjust anywhere and to watch the colors of that water. And we are going to always succeed with the bright colors. Okay, fine. This was the another strategy which I used. Now, next, I'm going to tell you about the very much interesting point. So, the power of goal setting regarding talking with the reputed people. Now, what does APJ Abdul Kalam says? Learning provides creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking leads to knowledge, and knowledge makes you great. So, he is the most admired youth icon, and I can surely correlate with it. And now, the another and last strategy, which I will share about my own personal story. Once upon a time, me and my brother were chilling in our room where bright radiance of the sunlight is coming, sitting with the fan, cool breezes waving around. And you know how the brother and sister relationship is there. They are just like the Tom and Jerry discussions and fights. So he said, I'm gonna be a very much great IAS officer. So I said, hey, you. So I also innocently replied, hey, you, I'm gonna be a chartered accountant. And you are going to come under me and bring down the accounts for checking. So at that time, you know, I had power set in my goal, and which yet strives me to let me up on my goal. So thank you so much for hearing me out.
Fantastic. Friends, everybody, one positive, please. One positive on the chat.
So shall I switch off my video?
1 second, after the feedback.
Yeah.
Okay, very confident. Nice. Well done. Confident voice. Good expression. Okay. Super confident. Well done. High confidence. Okay. Very clear in her thought. She sang. Nice. Enthusiasm. Good. Thank you. Confident. Very good. Thank you, friends. Strategies used are great. Very good. Nice. Very good. Impressive. Impressive. Very good. Okay. Radha, let me talk about the things you need to improve first, and then we'll come to the positives, right? You looked a little tensed, okay? Somewhere in between, you looked a little tensed, and please understand that is absolutely normal, right? So please don't worry, friends. Understand that every great speaker, they all started with shaking legs, my friends, and trembling voice. I want everyone to remember this, that all world-class speakers will look and get inspired today. They all started with shaking legs and trembling voice. So it is normal if you're feeling tensed, right? Yeah. Nandishwaran will clap for her after the feedback. Okay, good. Right. So things which are very positive about you, Radha, is one, I like your energy levels. High levels of energy, which are very, very much required, because our energy is contagious, either on stage or online. If you're very energetic, that makes the other persons also involved better. Very, very impressive. And I like the way they use the strategies. Okay.
Thank you so much for your feedback.
Yeah, one second. Okay. Right. Yeah. So in the first topic, you're very clear. You used three strategies. You used, oh my God, need a problem, and common point. Okay. In the second one, you sang a song to dare to be different, and use repeated person, Abdul Kalam sir. You also use this happened strategy of talking about your brother and you being Tom and Jerry, right? Very impressive. Only thing is, when you talk about your personal stuff, you will not say once upon a time. You will say this happened. Okay. Once upon a time is used only for a story. But when you talk about your personal life, you'll not say once upon a time. You'll say this happened to me a few years back. Right. So overall, it was very, very impressive, Radha. Everyone, please clap for her on the chat. Good job. Keep it up.
Radha, 1 second. You need not tell the sir that this is the strategy that I have used and all these things. Go ahead with your talk. Sir will tell you about those things, which strategy you used and what are the things that are there. Okay. You need not tell the audience are also the particular strategies are used by me or something like that. Okay.
Got it? Yeah.
Yes, I had the back of my mind that you told now you should explain the strategies, so I named the strategies. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. What you did is right, but don't name the strategy. We'll figure it out. Okay. You go ahead with the point.
There is no problem.
Good. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Radha. Yeah, you can just switch off your video. Good job. Okay, who's the next, friends? Type me in the chat box, please.
Guruprasad Sahu raised the hand, I think.
Sir, he sent a message saying that there's some puja going on around.
Okay.
He wants to come back after half an hour.
No issues.
Anybody else, sir, who typed me in the chat previously? Okay, Yam Dhuriga. Yam Dhuriga.
Yes, sir.
Yes, can you switch on your video, please?
Yeah, sure, sir. So I'm visible?
Not yet.
Now, sir?
No, it is okay.
Yes, you are.
Yeah, good morning to all. I'm very glad to present my speech on before you all. Today, my topic is how to improve memory power. And my audience is equal level audience. And I want to educate my equal level audience. Key objectives to improve the memory power. Now, just I'm going to share a short story to how the principles are used. Once there was a Robert, a very businessman. He went to world trip to improve his business. After spending time with his client, he went to bar and he saw an attractive girl. They spoke each other very clearly. The girl gave her some drink. The next morning he was in room. He saw where I'm what. He very confused. Then the chart was placed on the wall to contact the number. That is 9111. He they connect to the police. The police said, you are hacked by organ transplanting group. Saw the tube is connected in your stomach. He said, yes, sir. Like this type of story will store in our mind for a long time because these stories are shocking. These stories follow 6 principles to improve our mind. The next I want to tell, just we play a game. How is memories working? Guys, all of you just involved in this. I want to make you also. I will just tell 10 different words. You just remember how many words you are getting remember. Like pen, stamp, bedsheet, orange, duck, mask, platinum, belt. Just take a pass and remember a bit. I gave a time for you. Okay, friends. It's normally everyone we will do some mistakes because it is difficult to remember everything. While I'm trying this, I just remember just 5 to 7 words, but it's not in order. It will be shuffled. So I want to mention here, our brain capacity is 2.5 petabyte. You know that 1 petabyte is equal to 1024 terabyte and 1024, 1 terabyte is equal to 1024 gigabyte. Our mind has a capacity of 25 lakhs gigabyte. So this is this. My subject topic is the power of goal setting. My audience is below level audience. And my key objective is to help them how to set their goal. And learning objective is to involve them and to know how to keep their objectives of goal setting. First, I want to tell that people who are involving in somewhat matter, they have to well plan in their things. They have to feel what we are going to do before going to done their work. So sorry, my network is not done. My video is off.
Go ahead, no problem. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to tell, imagine if you're in a country, in that country, the population is 9 times less than your country, right? India has 130 crores population. The country you live is just 10 crores population. But the country is every 3 times once it was suffered by tsunami, flood, earthquake. But they are, after that struggles, they are well developed in their economy and they are getting their work how they were in past. then 2 atomic bombs was thrown in the World War. The country was fully damaged. Now you people can guess which country I was saying. That is Japan. Because they are following the principles. One secret principle, that is Kaizen. The engineers know about the principle of Kaizen. The people who follow Kaizen principle is very interesting. If you are great, you can search it. Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
Fantastic. Very nice. Friends, okay, before I start speaking, everyone, type your one positive about. Your name is Dhuriga, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so one positive about Dhuriga, please. Okay, she smiled, confident. One positive about her, please. Informative, energy, good start, facts and figures, clarity of the concept. Very nice. Good topic. Good. Nice. Okay, Dhuriga,
Yes, sir.
from my end, let me talk about areas you need to improve first. Okay, by the way, friends, whenever we have these sessions, like when you talk, when I give you feedback, I'll give you some positives and some areas of improvement, not negatives. Okay, there are no negatives for us. We have either positives or we have areas of improvement. I think you need to mute yourself. Okay, yeah. So either we have positives or we have areas of improvement. So we don't have negatives, friends. So don't worry about that. Some areas of improvement for you is, friends, whenever you speak, whenever you talk about the key message, right, in TALK, the key message, try to be specific as to what you want to deliver to the audience, preferably in numbers. Okay, for example, if it's memory, you can always say, by the end of this session, I'll teach my audience 2 techniques how they can improve the memory, or 5 important principles, or 4 fantastic methods. So try to be more specific in number, right, instead of just saying it in a vague manner. And your eye contact again. Okay, so you're just looking here and there once in a while. That needs little practice. I understand that. One second, please. Right, I'm sorry. Okay, good. So yeah, the eye contact. Okay, friends, whenever you speak on the video, please practice this, that you make sure you look at the lens as often as possible. See, when you initially start doing this, there's a high probability that your eyes start wandering, and try to bring back to lens. And again, they keep wandering. So the day you make the eye contact lens wandering to 0, now that's when you have mastered how you can use your eye contact, right? So on the lens always. Dhuriga, when you're doing an activity, suppose you gave us some words and you said, if you can remember them, right? So if you're trying to do such activity on the stage or off the stage, you got to give them a little space between the words. Okay, pen, stamp, bed sheet. So you got to give them a little space in between, so that if really people want to try the activity, they'll have time to just try to remember them in their mind. Okay, don't be in a hurry. I know I have given you limited time, but it's still okay. You can take the pause required. Okay, and don't use the phrase "I'm going to tell." You say it. Okay, don't have to say "I'm going to say it." Right. So now I'm going to tell you this. I'm going to say this. You don't have to say that phrase. You can straight go ahead and say it. Am I making sense? Good. So now the positives now. Okay. I really like the way, as some of them rightly mentioned, your energy is good. Okay, your confidence is good, and I like the way you used in the first memory technique. Okay, I like the way you use a story, and the second one, which is the goal setting. I like the example of you talking about Japan. Okay, very, very impressive. There is, when you start talking about the goal setting, right? There is, initially you talked about some sentence which I did not understand which topic you're talking about. Can you give me clarity about that? You said I'm talking about goal setting.
Yes, sir.
And besides Japan, what is other beginning you did?
The what country in our life? It's India.
No. That topic is done. Okay, so that's Japan example one you gave us, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's more like this happened in Japan. Okay, so this happened as a technique, which is very impressive. Did you use any other technique? Any other method did you follow today? except
No,
Japan?
a secret, sir. It's one secret. They follow principle of one.
Can you please
Kaizen
say it?
principle they followed.
Correct. So that is all about Japan, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
when you talked about goal setting, one strategy you used is this happened in Japan. That is the strategy you
Yes,
used.
sir.
Is there any other strategy you came up with, or is that the only one?
Only one, sir.
Okay, fine, good. So overall, it's a nice show. Okay, clap for Durga, please. Everyone clap in the chat. Good job.
Thank you, sir.
Good.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you can mute and get the video off. Sir, Srinivasakar, any comments from your side?
Nothing, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Okay, good. Right. You can switch off your video. Yeah, thank you. There's one more person who said they're ready to go talk, and their name is Nokia 3.2. That's how the name is. Nokia 3.2. I don't know who it is. Can you? Yeah, Nokia 3.2. Okay, your name, please.
Rename it, ma'am.
Yeah, 1 second. Yes, you can talk now.
Good morning to all of you.
Your name first?
Your name, please.
My name is Tanvi Shamanta.
Pardon?
My name is Tanvi Shamanta.
Okay.
My
Yes,
topic,
ma'am. Go ahead.
Okay. My topic is power of goal setting.
Okay.
My audience is equal. My leading objective is to motivate to all of you.
Right.
My key objective is strategy for purposeful life.
Okay. How many strategies do you want to speak to the audience, ma'am, on this topic?
3 strategies.
Okay, fine. You got to mention that, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Just imagine, can we set our journey without any idea of the destination? So hence, an idea is required to reach the destination. And it also acts as a driving force. Hence, we should have a definite purpose. We all want to set our goals, but what should be our approach? The approach may be on the basis of our priority, dream big, and set aim for start, and keep one foot firmly based on our reality, and to visualize our goals frequently. It guides us to make a strategic decision and overall improvement.
Okay, good.
Sir.
Okay, any other topic, ma'am?
No.
This is the one. Okay, good. Friends, everybody, one positive, please, on the chat. One positive about her. Okay, it's a good attempt. Nice. She's in office. No, okay. Yeah. Okay, good. Daring. All right. Okay. Samantha ji. Okay, let me talk about the areas you need to improve first. Okay. The lens angle matters. Friends, I repeat again, when I give a feedback, it's not just for Samantha, it's for everyone, right? Did you all observe the lens angle? When please understand, your lens should be parallel to your eyes or your forehead. When you do an online session or a video session, always your lens should be parallel to your eyes. Ma'am, Samantha ji, can you adjust it once? Can you keep your lens parallel to your eyes? Yes. Now that is how you speak, ma'am. Right? So that is the angle you're supposed to set your lens. Okay. And secondly, because the lens is not in the proper angle, your eye contact is missing. Friends, do you all agree on the chat that we did not feel connected because of proper lack of eye contact? Yes or no, friends? Type yes or no. Isn't it? So see the importance of eye contact. Though she's got, even if you have the good content possible, if your eye contact is missing, audience will get disconnected, right? We'll talk more about eye contact in the body language session. Anyways, Samantha ji, I felt a few points you got to have more practice before you deliver it to us, right? Okay, those are things that we need to improve on. Let me talk about the positives that you have. I really thoroughly enjoyed the way you started with just imagine. I like it's so aptly put that, if you're talking about goal setting and you start saying, imagine you're taking a journey without knowing your destination, that's a straight hit point to the audience. Very, very impressive. A good beginning by using the word imagine, right? Samantaji, that was a good start. Yeah, very, very nice. Imagine is a great strategy of starting. The only thing is, friends, when I give you the homework, I want you to at least start with 2 or 3 other beginnings. Okay, Samantaji, next time you do this, please make sure you come up with more than one beginning. The beginning you did is with imagine is a good beginning, but try to get more beginnings. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Good. Thank you so much. Good job. Friends, everybody clap for her. Friends, did you all see how she started with imagine and then she took it to the journey and she linked it with goal setting? That's really good. Okay. So I want one last person today to speak. Who is it? Just type me. Okay. Tanuja. Okay, Tanuja, you can unmute yourself and switch on the video.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Tanuja.
Can you see me, sir?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Today, I would like to discuss on reducing screen time. First, let me introduce my talk, first of all. Coming to T, it's topic reducing screen time. The second one, audience. I choose equal audience. And I would want to motivate audience when it comes to L. And my key message that is that by end of this session, I would want people to implement at least 2 tips that I'll be sharing soon so that it can improve their life in a great extent. First, to introduce, how many of you try eating without screen on your hand? And how many of you like being in nature? And how many of you read books? All these are some interesting topics that can develop you as a person. And I would want to end this topic here, sir. And now that I'll be continuing on next topic, and that is power of goal setting. Here, I would want to choose below audience, and I would want to educate them here. So let me start with a story here.
What's the key message?
Key message is that I would want the below audience to know the difference that makes when you set a goal, and without having that, what difference would it make to you? That's what I would want to people know. What difference will that make in their life ahead?
Okay, good.
Now that let me start with a story. There were 2 friends, one of whom is very one of who has got a very great aim in her mind. She started studying with that, and she started approaching with that aim coming. And the other one who has got no such aim, goal, she doesn't have any destination for her walk, whatever she does. The first one who has a goal in her life reached it so fast just because she worked for it, and the other one couldn't. So now here there will definitely make a great change when you have goal. Yes, that's it, sir. I tried doing some. Yeah, sure. Done, sir. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Right, nice. Okay, friends, everybody, one pause too, please. Everybody, one pause too, please. Okay, good plan. Well started. Your concept is amazing. She spoke well. Good try. Asking questions, right? Nice. Good try. Completed in a very short and crisp manner. Nice attempt. Very good. Okay, good, good, good. Right. So, friends, thank you for your feedback. Now, Tanuja. Okay, the areas to improve on. We'll first talk on areas to improve on.
Yes.
When you tell a story, Tanuja, you don't have to say, let me start with a story. You don't have to say that. Okay, you can straight start with a story. Okay, and I felt, when you're talking, a few areas, a little more practice may be required. Okay, in saying some things, a little more practice is all that need to be added on. But let me talk about things that really I liked so much. The positives is one, definitely you're more composed, you're more calm. I felt you're more very, very, very calm and composed when it comes to speaking to us. And I like the way you started with the first one called screen time. I like the way you ask questions to the audience, and it's more like show of hands, right? You said how many of you want to come out of it, or so that's show of hands. I want to spend time in nature. So such questions always help audience to get involved to you by the show of hands, which is very, very nice. And the strategy for goal setting, I like the key message. You want to show to the audience the difference between having a goal and not having a goal. The difference by the end of your speech, you want them to realize that. And that's a very nice key message you can deliver to them. Okay, and the only thing is when you tell a story that there's one friend who had a goal and the other friend who has no goal, right? And at the end of the day, the one who has goal achieved big success, the other one who did not have a goal didn't achieve much success. That's what you want to say?
Yes.
So you can always add more pep to the story by exactly telling more specifications as to how they both started and where they ended up by the end of the story. Okay, so if there's more specifications, it will be more easy for the audience to visualize it in their mind. But overall, I like the way you used involved technique in the first topic, and you also used the story method in the second topic. Good job, Tanuja. Next time when we give assignments to you, make sure you come with more than one beginnings. Okay.
Yes, sure.
Good job. Clap for her. Nice done. Nicely done.
Thank you all. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your feedback.
Good. You can switch off your video. We have okay, last two people. One, we have Pooja Bonsale and Guruprasad. Right? Pooja, you can start.
Sir, am I visible?
Yes, you're visible, you're audible. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Dashera. My name is Pooja Bhosle, and my topic for the speech is importance of parents. Since my parents are suffering from COVID and they are admitted to the hospital, I thought this would be the apt topic to speak, but because I haven't prepared anything as such, but I really wanted to make the most out of this session. So I'll just speak. And yeah, now since they are admitted to the hospital, I'm coming to know the difference between having parents and not having parents. So right now I'm doing all the work, preparing food, cleaning the house, everything, and I'm doing it very happily, and I'm praying every day so that they recover fast and come home so that we we can celebrate Dashera. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Nice, Pooja. Okay. So firstly, clap for her attempt. Even though she didn't prepare, she wanted to speak to us and she did. Clap for her. Nice. Okay, everyone, one positive about her, please. One positive you found about her. Presenting own experience. Very good. Good smile. Okay. Nice. Very good. Okay, Pooja. Firstly, we all wish them a very speedy recovery. Okay, so don't worry, they'll come back very soon. Okay, yeah, good. So nice. Okay, she made it lively. She at least tried. Good job. Yeah. Okay. Pooja, a few corrections in the way you say sentence. Okay. I found the difference between having parents and not having parents. Now that sounds with a different meaning. You got to say, I find that I now see the difference between having parents around and not having parents around. You got to say that. Okay, good. So, and I'm very, very impressed with the way you at least attempted it, even though you haven't prepared it. Okay, so don't worry. Now that your parents will be back and you will celebrate with them, and then next session, please make sure you prepare, practice, and then present. Right. So thank you so much for your attempt. Good job. Yeah, clap for her one more time.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Good. Nice. Okay, friends, one last person for the day. I think it is Guru. One second. Yeah, Guru Prasad. You can switch on your video, please.
Hi everyone, this is Guru Prasad from Bhubaneswar. Jai Jagannath, happy Dasara to all.
Same to you.
I choose to start about the importance of parents in life. So, as everyone in life, they have parents.
Oh, 1 second, sir, 1 second. Sorry, Guru Prasad ji, I want you to talk about your TALK first and then start speaking.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My topic is on about importance in parents' life.
Okay.
So I want to motivate my audience, and I hope the audience will be above the level and below level or equal level.
Okay.
So
which one is it? Which one do you want to say? Above, below, or equal?
I want to say equal.
Equal. Okay.
Equal.
Key
First of
message.
all, key message is without parents we are not here today. What we are or what we now. Also, without parents we are not in the earth.
Okay, good.
So
go ahead, sir.
One of my quotation from Swami Vivekananda, I want to start that the love which my mother gave me, so I owe to my mother whole life, so I can't repay that debt.
Good.
And every day from childhood to today, so we are through the parents and grow up, and we also future will become a parents. So importance of parents. So this happened to me. I want to talk from my childhood to my graduation. I stay with my parents, and I pursue with CA course. When I was thinking about to go Chennai and started my study, through one of my friend, I went there. And first of all, my father denied to go outside Odisha and study. He wants to study in India, in Odisha only. So my mother support me, and we all discussed, and then started. My father went with me to Chennai and left me. And from the same day, I cried a lot when my father come back to home. And my father also cried in train. My mother told later that me. So I stayed there Chennai 6 years. I completed my articleship there, and finally I got job in Bhubaneswar, a government job, and I now continuing my CA final.
Okay.
So my importance is in my life that parent support is very much needed, like everybody's. So my key message to all: be happy and keep your parents happy. If sometimes your parents is not agree with you, just try to convince through your mother or father. Maybe anyone will be agree with you. So, and my advice to all that as I am little spiritual, so every day morning and evening I am doing prayer to my God. So after the prayer over, I am going to my parents. If my parents is present with me or distance, I have to do my pranam to my mother and father both.
Okay, very good.
When I pranam for my God. So this is my key message. Today I am my home is Pooja there, so I am very sorry for late. Thank you all.
Okay. Thank you so much, Guru Prasad. Everyone, one positive about him, please. Okay, spiritual message. Okay, good interaction, courageous, nice try, clarity, good. Shared own experience, very good. Correct. Good. Own experience, nice. Okay, Guru Prasad. Okay, Guru Prasad, put your video on. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, see, you have spoke about one topic, right? Importance of parents. Okay, I like to keep, okay, the areas to improve on is, Guru Prasad, I think this is out of the context. I know any language is fine between us in you speaking to me, but I would sincerely recommend that you start working on your English. Okay, and again, friends, this message is not for just him, for everyone. Okay, we live in a world today where we have become global. There were days when if I used to work in Andhra, My clients are from Andhra, so even if I do it in Telugu, it's totally fine. But today, because of technology and the global expansion, our clients can be anywhere on the planet. Agree, friends? Type yes or no. So, and please understand, none of us, our mother tongue is not English. So it is normal and natural that we all make mistakes, okay? But please make sure, see, personally speaking, friends, I love Telugu because it's my mother tongue. I love Hindi because it's my national language. But having said that, English has got its own importance today. Type yes or no, friends, right? So my humble request is, everybody, besides you growing in your technical subjects, please make sure you also work on your English. Okay, Sahu? Okay,
Sure.
you're good, but you can be better in your English. Okay, just start working in. And do you know, friends, some of the greatest ways to build up your English is TIE. T-I. You can make a note of it, everyone. It's called TIE. That's a strategy which works like magic. TIE. What is TIE? If you're thinking it's talk in English, you're right. Talk in English. That's right, because only when you keep talking, you keep improving your English. But my TIE is different. It's not just talk in English. TIE stands for think in English. Make a note of it. TIE stands for think in English. If anyone sitting here, friends, if you want to increase your vocabulary or if you want to increase your fluency of English, the fastest way you can do it, if you want to see the change in just 3 months, in less than 3 months, if you want to see the difference, the strategy is called think in English. What psychology goes ahead and proves is, every human being, from morning to night, the moment you wake up till you sleep at night, the whole day, we speak to ourselves more than anybody else on the planet. Do you know this? We speak more to ourselves than anybody else across. So if you can turn it into English, now that works like magic. Believe me, I have seen students who are like, cannot speak English at all. From that stage, they're very fluent today because of one strategy called TIE, think in English. For example, let's say you're sitting at your home and you wanted to drink some water, okay? You got to say it, I got to drink some water. Okay, if you're thinking that, you know, vegetables, I need to go out and get some vegetables. Okay, so whatever you're thinking in your mind, in your local language, turn it into English. Your thinking, if it can be turned into English, believe me, in less than 3 months, you see the people around you will say you have built good English fluency, is what they will say, right? So try it, friends, and let me know how you're progressing. Okay, I'm not against your local language, friends. I'm totally okay with your mother language, but as a professional, you know it when you go to board meetings, when you go on the stage and speak to people. Today, English also has got its own importance. Type yes or no, my dear friends. Right? So let's even build that. Okay. Of course, another great way of doing it is by reading great books. Okay. The sentence formation can become better and better if you read some great books. I'm sure some of you already have seen my YouTube video on how to change your life, the books that can change your life. Right? I'm sure some of you have seen that video, the videos I made on books that can change your life. I'm sure you received those videos. If you haven't received them, you have my WhatsApp number. Just type books in my WhatsApp. I'll send you the links of the great books. So reading great books is definitely a great option. Whenever you get time, watching English movies with subtitles is a great option. Okay, good. Right. Ajit, I'm happy to see that you agree because your mother language is Bengali, but you're following this and you're seeing changes. Very good. It works, my friends. TIE always works. Think in English, right? And so reading great books can also be one option, friends, to build your English fluency. One more thing you can do is watching subtitles of English movies, but there's an exclamation mark. I mean, there's a star mark to the conditions apply there. Please don't watch all English movies with subtitles, because some movies, you know that they have vulgar language, right? So if you want to watch some English movies to build your English, watch subtitles of such movies, mostly which are animated, children movies, right? I'll tell you 2 advantages of that. Children movies, example, movie like Despicable Me or movies like Moana. I'm sure some of these movies you have seen them. If you want that list also, just send me on WhatsApp movies. I'll send you the list of some great animated English movies you can watch. Now, why children movies? 2 advantages. Number 1, because those movies, children have to understand the language is simple, but it is in a very effective way. It's written in an effective way. So language is simple. Number two, most importantly, we'll not have any vulgar words in that, right? So subtitles, books, externally, internally, think in English. It improves your fluency. Guruprasad Sahu, if I spoke so much now about English, it doesn't mean your English is horrible. It only means we all can improve. Okay? Don't misunderstand me. Now, the positive things about you, Guruprasad, is you're very, very confident, my friend. When you're talking, you're so confident in trying to explain to us what you intended to say to us. And secondly, I like the way you're so authentic when talking about your parents, right? So you're genuinely speaking from the heart, and we all can feel that, right? So I like the way you love your parents so much and you're so authentic in talking about the importance of parents. Good job done, Guruprasad. Clap for him, everyone. Yeah, comic books can also help. Definitely, yes. Good job. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Sir, Srinivas, sir, any comments from your side?
No, sir, perfect.
Okay,
The
good.
only thing is lacking some fluency in the English, and that is the only thing. Is try to speak in the local language, and also the clarity is missing. That is the only my observation.
Right, good. Yeah, so and my dear friends, this is a common problem for many students. The mistake we all do is we try to speak in Telugu, or suppose if your mother tongue is Telugu, we think in Telugu, we try to do the translation exactly into English. Do you agree, friends? Some students do that. Okay, we think in Telugu or whatever is a mother language, we think in that language, we try to do some true translation into English, and that's where our English doesn't look polished. Agree, friends? Type yes. Good. So in order to avoid that, there are two aspects to this, right? So the two aspects, friends. One, we should not true translate our mother tongue into English. Now that doesn't look polished, right? So how to speak them, that's where your books and movie subtitles will all come into picture. But no matter how much you learn from them, you will not speak it unless you have the habit of speaking. That's why type first. First, if you start thinking in English, it becomes a habit. Fluency becomes a habit. Once you build your fluency, and then you can always build your vocabulary and sentence formation from books and movies, both hands make the clap. Got it? Type yes. Good. Yeah. How to build your English, how to polish it, how to use conjunction, all that, the books and subtitles can teach you, right? So a better way of saying the sentence, the books can help you with that. Because the way authors express, especially if you want to really look at some good English sentence formation, I would prefer you to read Robin Sharma books. Robin Sharma is, the way he portrays some information, he portrays a story is very, very effective in the way he uses English. If you want to watch some videos of people who speak good English, try Les Brown. L-E-S, Les, B-R-O-W-N. Les Brown, if you don't know him, he's one of the top motivational speakers of the world. Now, the way he uses his sentences, English sentences, are awesome. So if you want to watch Les Brown. If you want to read Robin Sharma. There are many other people. These are good starters, all right? So those things will teach you how you can make your sentence in a much better way. You can polish them. But having said that, even though you learn how to polish your sentences, if you don't have the habit of speaking, you will lose them. Remember this sentence, what you don't use, you lose. I repeat, what you don't use, my friends, you lose. Do you know that? So once you start reading books and watching subtitles or looking at great people, the way they form the sentences, if you don't use them, you lose them. So how do you use them? By thinking in English, right? Good. Thank you, Rajat, for some of the good books, some of the good movies. Yeah, right. So friends, let's continue from where we stopped. We're done with introduction. Any questions so far? You can just type the questions in the chat. Any questions, friends? Okay, friends, so look at the screen. Can you all see the screen? Type yes. Can you see the slides? Type yes. Good. So friends, we have learned 2 phases so far among the 4 major phases. We understood the king phase, right? So how to go on the stage, how to feel like a king or a queen. We learned 4 simple rules. Just to quickly recap, go to the middle of the stage and stand there, feel like a king or a queen. And once you stand there, please take a pause. Don't start in a hurry. Please take a pause. And during the pause, smile. Smile is a certificate of confidence. Remember? So smile, and while you smile, you scan your audience. So that's what you do in the king phase. Done with it. Then you start speaking. Introduction, we should always do the fantastic bang. Now, how to do it, we learned it in detail. We learned what not to do. We also learned 12 great ways of doing things and a bonus tip called ABC. Right? So then with introduction. Now you know, friends, how to introduce. Good. Okay. So okay, Pooja, you say you feel less anxious after speaking. That's exactly what happens, my friends. Remember this, you know, if you want to overcome the fear of public speaking, you got to go more often on the stage. We're going to learn some strategies later, how to overcome the fear of public speaking. But please remember, the bottom line is the more you do it, the less the fear. That's always the formula. The more you get opportunities, the more you use them, the more you speak, either on the stage, off the stage, into the video, wherever. The more you speak, the more confident you feel, the less fear you feel. But that happens only when you do 2 things: right preparation, right practice. Now this we'll talk in detail later, but remember this: right preparation, right practice. See, just imagine this. If you have right preparation, that this is the topic I'm going to introduce, this is strategy I'm using. For example, I'm using the strategy, oh my God, example. When you have that clarity, when you prepared so thoroughly, you know you're going to start with, oh my God. Now that's preparation, right? You're not vaguely starting your speech. Now you know that this is strategy I'm following. Oh my God is what I'm following, or I'm following imagine, or I'm following whichever strategy. When you have that clarity, you're prepared for it. So the preparation is there. And then comes practice. These 2, friends, you have no idea, those 2 will actually make you feel like going on the stage. Because you have great content, you prepared so thoroughly, you want to share with them, you did practice, so you build the confidence, you go on the stage. Little shaking legs, little butterflies in the stomach, all that is normal, even for world-class speakers. But once you start speaking, you start enjoying it. Yeah? Good. So let's go now to the core content, friends. We know the king phase now. We know how to introduce now. Thank you for those of you who did the homework. I'm so impressed with you, friends. And those of you who did not do the homework, friends, I sincerely recommend you to take this session seriously. I saw only a few people saying that we want to speak here. Only few came up forward. But from next session onwards, I want a majority of you willing to be speaking here, right? If you agree, type yes. You know, I know a lot of people will say yes now, but next week onwards, let's see how many will turn up. Okay, Sachin, if you didn't get the chance, that's okay, Sachin. See, as long we have today, I think because of the festival, 40 plus are participating, but every week we are approximately getting 80 plus participants, right? So I will not be able to give a chance to everyone the limited time we have, but I want you to be prepared, Sachin. Okay, more than you getting a chance here, more about you preparing is what matters here. We'll try and give chance to as many as possible every week. Okay, good. So friends, now it's time to dive into the core content. We know now exactly, we all know how to introduce with power. Agree, type yes. We all know 12 great ways of introducing. We can use a combination of them. So we know how to start with power, right? Good. So now that you know how to start it, what happens is when you use these 12 strategies, any of these 12 or combination of them, when you use those strategies, you connect to your audience, right? Remember, public speaking is not about perfection, it's about connection. And we got the connection now. So once we get the connection, we don't want to disconnect. So after the introduction, we'll go into the core. When you jump into the core, we want to hold that enthusiasm. The connection should not be disconnected. You got to hold their enthusiasm while you're delivering your core content. And let me tell you something here. Do you know, my friends, wherever you speak, whatever topic you speak on, in any speech, your core content occupies the largest portion of your speech. Yes or no? isn't it? Let's say you speak for 1 hour. Introduction may be for 5 minutes. Conclusion can be for 5 minutes, but for 15 minutes, you have the core content, isn't it? Any speech is like that. Whatever time you speak, a major portion of your speech is your core content. So you got to know, my friends, now that you started with a fantastic bang, you gave a great introduction, you should know how to hold them, hold the enthusiasm of the audience. You know how you do that? You will do that by mastering 3 power factors. Put the heading, chapter 6, core content. Take a fresh page, put the heading, core content. So if you want to hold your audience all through the core content, if you want to hold their enthusiasm, you got to learn and master 3 power factors. You learn these 3, you master these 3, anytime, anywhere you deliver your core content, you can hold your audience, my friends. Now, what are the 3 power factors? So put the side heading, 3 power factors. Let's look at them. Any guesses, friends? Any guesses what those power factors can be? Well, during the core content, there are 3 power factors. You have these 3 power factors in your hands, you got your audience. So how to deliver your content effectively so that the maximum people will listen? 3 power factors, please make note of them. First one is called the quality and relevance of your content. Please make note of it. Well tried, Ishani. Okay, the first one is quality and relevance of content. Please make note of it, please. The first power factor you got to master, learn and master, is the quality of your content and its relevance. Isn't it? While delivering your core content, if your content has got no quality, audience will lose their enthusiasm. If your content has got no relevance, audience will lose your enthusiasm. Type yes or no, my friends. Isn't it? Correct. So now that you did your great introduction, the quality of content matters. The relevance of content matters. What is relevance, friends? Type your answers. What is relevance? What is relevance of content? Right, relevance is relatedness, okay? If you're talking about goal setting, the content should be relevant to goal setting. You can't just talk something or the other which is not relevant to the goal setting, right? Good, so the connectivity, you're right. Right, so correct. So the first power factor you got to master while delivering content is you have to deliver, you should know how to build a quality content and relevant content. I'll teach you step by step how to do that. Okay, so that's the first power factor. Make a note of the second factor, and that's called body language. The second power factor you got to master, my friends, is body language, because content is the major portion of your speech. While you're delivering that, your body language matters. Do you know your body speaks? If you think only you speak, you're wrong. Your body also speaks. Agree, friends? Yes or no? Right? So you should know how to master your body language. The third power factor you got to learn and master, make a note of it. It's called vocal variety. Vocal variety. Please make a note of it. Tushar, you're right. Body speaks louder than words. You're right. Good. So third power factor is called vocal variety. Please make a note of it. Now, what is vocal variety, friends? Vocal variety is a combination of 3 things. You can make a note of it. Your vocal variety is a combination of 3 things. Your volume, your tone, and your speed. I repeat, vocal variety is a combination of 3 things. The volume of your speech, the tone you use, and the speed at which you speak. These 3 together is called vocal variety. We'll talk in depth again when we get into the chapter. But understand, vocal variety is 3 things: volume, tone, plus speed. Friends, irrespective of who you are, irrespective of your past experiences as a speaker, whether you're a beginner or already a good speaker, if you can master these 3, you can go to the next level of public speaking. You will know exactly how to hold the audience no matter how long your content is. 3 things: quality and relevance of content, body language, vocal variety. Let's go one by one. I have a quick question to ask everyone here. And you know, friends, the question I'm going to ask you now, a majority of people, a majority of situations, they give me the wrong answer. Today, let's see if anybody can give me a correct answer to this, right? The question is, friends, do you agree all these three are important for core content, body language, vocal variety, and quality and relevance of content? Do you agree all these three are very important, yes or no? To hold the enthusiasm, isn't it? Now you tell me. Now the question is, which one do you think is more important? I mean, is it the quality of your content, or is it body language or vocal variety? All three are important, we know that, but what do you think is a weightage? For example, let's say quality of content is 20, body language is 20, vocal rate is 60, 20, 20, 60, or 40, 40, 20. You got it, right? So out of 100, if you have to give a weightage to them, what do you think is a weightage? Just type your answers. Is it 30, 33, 33, 33? What do you think it is? Just type your answers in the ratios, 30, 40, 30, like that, okay? Rajat, you say it's 30, 40, 30. Guruprasad, 30, 30, 40, okay? 40, 30, 30, okay? Everyone should answer, please. 25, 50, 25, 50, 10, 40, 30, 50, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, 30, 30. Okay, good, good, good. Right. Thank you for your answers. Arjit, just tell me the whole points. Okay, it's not just body language. Tell me all the three, Arjit. 20, 60, 20. Okay, well tried, friends. Let me now reveal. Okay, it's 33, 33, 33. All right. Okay, well tried, friends. Well tried, well tried. Okay, good. Now let me reveal the actual scientific research done on public speaking. For decades together, many universities and many top-class people have made research on this topic as to which one is more important and what is the weightage. And they came up with a shocking answer about this. We will not be able to guess it, but let's look at the actual weightages. Do you know, my friends, your content is 7% only. Your body language is 55%, vocal variety 38%. Please make a note of it, friends. Make a note of it. This is the actual weightage. Content is 7%, body language 55%, and vocal variety 38%. Can you believe it? Our content is so important, right? The way we deliver the quality of content and the relevance of content is so important. But if that important content has only 7% weightage, imagine how important body language is. Yes. Imagine, see, 7% content itself is so important for us. So if 7% itself has got so much of importance in our mind, imagine, yeah, that's what I'm saying, Imran. Without content, how can we proceed? We will not be able to proceed. Exactly, right? So, Pooja, on laptops, we don't see the whole body. Yeah, don't worry about that. We'll talk about, when talk about body language, we'll talk about it. Okay. So imagine, friends, content, I agree with you, is very, very, very important. But such importance has got only 7 marks, which means, imagine what 55% means. The body language is of total importance. Do you know, my friends, a lot of people, they have great content with them, but just because they don't know how to use a body language, they don't know how to use a vocal variety, and they take the audience away from the content. Have you seen these examples, friends? You know, when you go to annual day functions of schools or colleges, just go back to your past. School functions, college functions, annual days, they generally invite some chief guests, maybe some IAS officer, some scientist, or some politician. They invite them. And have you seen this? In not everywhere, but in some cases, those people, they speak for hours together, but the audience feel like, oh my God, please leave us. Have you seen such experiences? Type yes, please. Isn't it, friends? You know, just imagine, why is that person invited to that annual function? You know why? Because that person has got experience. He's got good content and got good knowledge in him. An IAS officer, he's invited because that person has seen more life than the students. He's more knowledgeable. So which means when he starts speaking, he's got great content with him. Agree? He's got experience, he's got knowledge, he's got content. But just because he's not very comfortable with his body language, he has not learned and mastered body language or vocal variety, he makes the audience almost sleep. The parents just sit there because after his speech, they got their children who get prizes, so they have to stay with him. That is the only reason why they stick with the IAS officer, right? Correct. So yeah, Priyanka, if you have content, but because of being nervous, you forget half of the things. Yes, we'll work on it, Priyanka. Don't worry. Okay. But first, let's understand how to use your body language and vocal variety so that they support like two strong pillars to the content you have. All right. So let's learn all the three and master all the three of them. Let's start with body language. Everybody, we'll start with the first one, body language, not the content, because you have seen here that 55% is actually body language. So everybody take a fresh page, put the heading body language. By the way, so that finishes chapter 6, by the way, the 3 power factors. We understood what they are. Now let's dive into one by one. First one will be body language. Let's learn how to master your body language. Okay. It's in this chapter. So chapter 7 is body language. Make a note of it. We'll first learn and master how to build our body language powerfully. In this chapter called body language, if you want to learn effectively how to use your body language, if you want to master it, there are 3 lessons we need to learn. Lesson 1, make a note of it. It's called gestures versus body language. Please make a note of it. Lesson 1 is gestures versus body language. Lesson 2 is called 5 primary areas. Lesson 2, 5 primary areas. And lesson 3, how to use your mic effectively. Lesson 3, using the mic effectively. Right? So let's go one by one. Lesson 1 is gestures versus body language. Lesson 2, 5 primary areas. And lesson 3, using the mic effectively. Good. So let's go one by one. Lesson 1. Let's start with gestures versus body language. Everyone, give your answers quickly. What do you think are gestures? What is gestures and what is body language? Okay, body language we learn in depth, but what do you think are gestures? Okay, posture, no. Moving hands, right? Okay, to some extent, yes. Signs, correct. Okay, good. Gestures versus body language. When we learn here, we try to learn body language, right? So when I say body language, I don't just mean gestures. Okay, let me explain the difference first. What is gesture and what is body language? Let's say, for example, all of you go back to your past, you go back to your childhood. Imagine when you are very small. Okay, imagine you're very small. Imagine you're doing a class 1. Okay, you're doing a first standard. Little fellow, cute little fellows, we are cute fellows. First standard, and the teacher comes in the class and she starts explaining about a lion. Okay. Now, when she talks about a lion, look at me, everybody. She does like this. She does it like this, right? Now, that's what she does. She says lion. Now, why does she do that? Because for a class 1 student, there is a possibility that he might have never seen a lion so far in his life. Possible, right? Because he's still too small. Maybe he never saw a lion. So he doesn't know how a lion looks like. So to make it more interactive, to make it more clear in his mind, the teacher does this. Now, this is a gesture of a lion, right? So basically, write down this sentence, please. Gestures are to be used. Please make note of it. Gestures are to be used when the audience are not able to visualize what you say. Please write down. Gestures are to be used when the audience are not able to visualize what you say to them. That's exactly when we use gestures, friends. Okay? When they are not able to visualize what you're trying to say. Now, coming to public speaking now. Have you finished that? Type done. Gestures are to be used when the audience are not able to visualize what you say. Done writing, please type done. Good. Now coming to public speaking, friends. Okay, in the world of public speaking, should we use gestures? Yes, but we don't do all this, right? So you can't go to on the stage and you have above level audience or anyone for that matter. You can't keep saying, you can't keep expressing in such ways, right? So how do we do it? Remember, in public speaking also we use gestures, but we use soft gestures, especially while telling a story. Okay, remember, in public, make a note of it. In public speaking, use soft gestures when you're telling a story. So that is more welcome by the audience. Don't use exaggerated gestures, all right? So write down, in public speaking, we use soft gestures when you are telling a story. Good. So that's about gestures. The only main core point here to remember is don't use exaggerated gestures on the stage or off the stage. Use them in a soft way, but especially when you're telling a story, it will be more helpful. So that's about gestures. Now let's go to the body language then. What is body language? In this chapter, we're trying to learn what body language is. And I told you, okay, soft gestures is more like, you know, when I was small, like this, okay? So just, or you can show, I mean, if I'm standing on stage, I would show it like, as if I'm putting a hand on my small boy here. So I can say when I was small, I was going. So it's more like audience can relate to it, right? So, you know, so gestures which are not exaggerated, okay, not too much of acting. So understand that we are not actors, we are speakers, right? So we'll try to use soft gestures. Now let's come to body language. The main topic is body language, and I told you that lesson 2 is 5 primary areas. If you want to master your body language, friends, there are 5 areas you must take care of, and we call them the 5 primary areas. There are other areas also, but if you can learn these 5 first, your body language looks more appropriate and it strongly supports your content. What are the 5 primary areas? Please make a note of them. Number 1, hands. First one is your hands. You should know, my friends, how to use your hands while you speak. Number 2, legs. You must also learn how to use your legs. Someone asked me that full body is not visible online. I agree. But do you agree, friends? Hands are visible, right? So we will learn body language in totality. When it comes to online, we may not be using our legs or not visible, but if you learn all the 5, either online or on the stage, we can rock, right? So we'll learn all the 5. Hands. Number 2 is legs. Number 3 is called eyes. The third primary area, eyes. You should know what to do with them. 4, shoulders. And 5, smile. Make note of it. Okay, you say how Nick Vujicic does his presentation. Nick Vujicic has got no hands and no legs, right? Correct, you're right. So, my dear Radha, do you agree that no hands, no legs is an exceptional case you're talking about here? Luckily, because he's got no hands and no legs, he does not do anything with them. But if you have hands and legs, and if you don't use them appropriately, they can deviate your audience away from the content. Do you agree, Radha? Yes or no? He's got no hands and no legs. So, you know, there are some postures, there are some ways of using your hands. If you don't use them appropriately, they distract your audience. If you don't use your legs properly on the stage, they distract your audience. Do you know that? Luckily, Nick Vujicic doesn't have that problem. Anyways, so good. So friends, hands, legs, eyes, shoulders, and smile. All 5 are called the 5 primary areas. You need to learn what to do and what not to do with them when it comes to body language. Here's your first assignment for today. Remember, all of you all made your version 1.0, the video. How many of you made it? Type yes. The first topic I gave you is how to overcome your stress. And I asked you to take a video and send it to me. And most of you did it, right? And those of you who haven't done it, friends, please do it at least today, right? So how to overcome stress, I told you just make a small video of yourselves. Now here's your first assignment. Those who did that video, today I want you to mute that video. Whenever you get time, open the video, mute it, don't listen. mute it and observe your primary areas. Because it's a video, you can't see your legs, that I understand. But what are your hands doing? Where are your eyes looking? How are your shoulders? Are you putting a smile? Just observe, right? What to do with them, we'll learn in this program, in this chapter, but just observe first. We need to know where we stand, right? Good. So let's go one by one now, friends. So everyone, are you okay? Will you check your version 1.2 or type 1.2 in the chat box? Today, please check your 1.2, mute it and check it. And you will realize how you're using them. Right? So now let's go one by one. Let's first start with hands. Heading, hands. Good. So let's first learn how to use your hands. Do you know, my friends, hands either online or on stage or off stage, wherever you're speaking, do you know your hands provide visual support? Please make note of it. Very important point. When you speak, your hands, they provide visual support. Let me ask you a question. Do you know, friends, when people learn car driving, when they learn for the first time, when they learn car driving and they don't know much what to do about it, do you know they get panic? Yes or no? The first time you learn car driving, you don't know it yet how to do it. So when you sit before the steering wheel, you look panic. Yes or no? You may not notice it. You may not notice your. Can you all hear me? Hello? Yes. Okay, good. Friends, you may not notice this. Okay, I'm back. So can I have screen sharing, please?
Sir?
Sir, can I have screen sharing, please?
1 second, sir.
Sure, sir. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Friends. Yeah, can you see the screen, friends?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Yeah. So, friends, the way I'm trying to say that the way we all look panic, we all look tensed when you sit before the steering wheel, but you don't know how to drive properly. you look panic. Agree, friends? The way you look panic, even though you may not notice your facial expressions, you look panic. The same way, friends, when you go on a stage and if you don't know how to use your hands, you look panic. You may not be able to see yourself, but audience can feel it. Remember the snap judgment we talked about? The snap judgment of audience. So they judge you that this person is nervous when you don't know how to use your hands. That's exactly how you look, my friends, on the stage. So what to do with your hands? Before we learn what to do with your hands, let's look at what you should not do first. Okay, so please put the side heading, avoid these. Okay, let's look at some things which you should avoid, friends, when you're speaking on the stage or online. Number one, please make a note of it. The first thing you should not be doing is folding your hands. Don't speak, my friends, folding your hands. I see some speakers do this. Okay, on the stage or off the stage, when you're speaking online, video, whichever way you're doing it, please don't fold your hands and speak. Right. Number two, which you should not be doing is, please do not keep your hands in your pockets. Please make a note of it. Number two, don't keep your hands in your pockets, either blazer pockets or trouser pockets, whichever pockets. Please don't keep your hands in your pockets. Friends, making a note of it, type yes. Good. Friends, remember, in public speaking, hands in the pocket means you have attitude. It's that simple. Remember, friends, I repeat again, in the world of public speaking, if you speak with your hands in your pocket, that's a clear way of saying, I got attitude, right? So please don't do that, okay? We got to showcase that we are down to earth, right? We got to be down to earth, and we're going to showcase that to people. So no pockets in the hands, no hands in the pockets, please, right? Number three, another major mistake many speakers do, especially the beginners. The mistake they do is, please write down, playing with the button. Please write down, the third thing you got to avoid is playing with the button. Just because we don't know how to use our hands, some speakers, because they're tensed, they feel nervous. So as they speak, they keep playing with the buttons. Okay, and again, that looks very unprofessional. And the fourth common mistake many speakers do, and I want you to avoid this, and this is called the hand wash. Please make a note down. The fourth thing you should avoid with your hands is a hand wash. Now, what's a hand wash? Look at the slide. Now that's hand wash, right? So some speakers speak like this. Okay, they're so nervous, or they keep doing this. They keep massaging their hands, or they keep doing the hand wash. Please avoid it. The fifth one you got to avoid, please write down, is playing with the mic. The fifth one you have to avoid, my friends, is playing with the mic. Now, what does playing with the mic mean? Just because we don't know how to use our hands properly, some people, the mistake they do is they hold the mic, they bring it closer, they take it far, and then whenever they speak, it's like that. Okay, so they keep moving the hand. So when it comes near the mouth, it sounds loud. When the hand goes far, the voice fluctuates. Did you understand? Type yes. So it's more like, I used to do this, and then the Tom and Jerry. So that's how it happens. Okay, so audience will feel so very disturbed because you're playing with the mic. So the volume keeps going up and down, and audience don't like that. So these are things which you should avoid. Don't fold, don't keep in the pockets, don't play with the buttons, don't do hand wash, and do not play with the mic. Because let me tell you why you shouldn't do them, friends, because these will make you look as if you lack confidence. They make you look as if you lack comfort, and they make you look as if you're not professional. Please make a note of it. These indicate lack of confidence, lack of comfort, and lack of professionalism. Please make note of it. Right? So these indicate lack of confidence, lack of comfort, and lack of professionalism. Once done, type done. Good. So this, then what to do with our hands? So if this is what we have to avoid, then what to do with our hands? We can learn 3 great strategies. Please put the side heading, 3 powerful methods. Whenever you use your hands on the stage, friends, or on the video, whenever you use your hands, there are 3 powerful methods you got to use. Please make a note of them. Now, one is called the open palm method. Make a note of it. The first powerful method is called the open palm method. Please make a note of it. The second strategy is called the torso effect. The second powerful method is called the torso effect. And the third one is called the parking position. Open palm method, the torso effect, and the parking position. Right? So let's go one by one. The first one is called the open palm method. Let's do a small activity. Friends, I can't see you, but please participate. Everybody, please keep your palms like this. As seen on the slide there, keep your palms like this and look at your palms. Just look at them. Just observe your palms. Everybody do it, please. Just look at both of your palms. Just look at them. If you look at them for a while, friends, do you feel relaxed? Type yes. If you just look at your palms for a while, do you feel relaxed? Type yes. Do you know it's been psychologically proven that your palms can make you relaxed? Do you know that? See, that's the point. See, majority of us felt it, isn't it? So just when you look at your palms for a while, your palms make you feel relaxed. Do you know that? So the first strategy, which many world-class speakers do, they use a method called open palm method, which means when they speak, they use their palms, they show their palms to the audience. So when they say something, they use their palms. Can you see the slide there? That boy there, as he's speaking, he kept his hand like this. It's an open palm. And look at that girl there. Now those are called the open palms. She's showing a palm. So when you speak, when you use your palms, it makes the audience feel more connected. See, if you say you can do it, or you can say you can do it, there's a huge difference, you know. Look at me again. If I say, can you perform this, or you say, can you perform this? There's a huge variance in the way I use my hand like this than like this. Agree, friends? Type yes or no. When you use your whole palm, it makes more connectivity. You know, just remember one simple sentence. Make note of that sentence, please. Open hands and open palms create trust. Please make note of that sentence. Open hands and open palms create trust. If you go back to YouTube, and if you look at some great TED speakers, TEDx speakers, if you look at world-class speakers, top speakers on the planet, if you observe them, you see most of them, most of the time, they use the open palm technique. Do you know that? Observe it. Starting today, please observe it. They use this strategy a lot, open palm, because they know the power of open palms. Now, I want you to today, when you check your, remember I asked you to do an assignment. I asked you to mute your version 1.2 and check your hands. See if you have done this. See if you have done this, right? So open palm method is one great technique. Good. So if you're doing open palm already, good. If you are not doing open palm, friends, practice it, right? You're right, Radha, it's very powerful. You're right, right? So friends, practice it. You know, the biggest mistake most people do when they learn the skill of public speaking, when they learn such courses, they don't practice. They think, yeah, I got the technique, open palm, okay, I'll go on the stage and do it. Not happening. Please understand, when you do it straight on the stage, you look so artificial. Remember the first day, the way you drove your car or bike, you're so stiff, right? You're so conscious, you're so like very straight and so stiff, and you did it. It was so artificial, right? But today, after many years, you just do it in a very natural way, right? So any skill is like that. Please remember that repetition is the mother of skill. I want to make a note of that. Repetition is the mother of skill. Any skill, small or big. And by the way, public speaking is a skill, my friends. Any skill is learnable. And public speaking is a skill, but that skill happens by repetition. Repetition is the mother of skill. Any skill, call cycling, call swimming, call any skill. Remember the first day you cycled? I'm sure none of us, the very first day of our life, we didn't jump on a cycle, we just rode it without falling, did we? We did fall, right? So we couldn't get the balance the first time. Agree, friends? But what we did is we repeated. We tried again. And again and again. Repetition, my friends, is a mother of skill. The same is true with public speaking. If you want to straight go on the stage and try open palm method, it looks so very conscious. You feel so very conscious, and your focus is more on the hands than on your content. And there you lose your audience. So my dear friends, try, learn, practice open palm. If you're talking to your parents, you're talking to your friends, you're talking to a group of people on the video, wherever you're speaking, try open palm. Initially, it looks like so very artificial, but try it. Over a period of time, it becomes so very natural. And when you go on the stage, the hands will do their magic naturally. Yeah. Good. So that's the first technique, friends, open palm method. Let's go to the second technique now. What's the second technique? The torso effect, right? Friends, what is torso? Anyone? Type your answers, please. What is torso? Waist. Okay. What is torso? Not waist exactly, rather. Torso is like, look at me, this part, the chest part, okay? Or body excluding hands, legs, and face, right? You're right. Okay, good. So basically, it's if you can draw a box here, okay, from your chin, if you can till the chest or till the stomach, okay, this part, basically the chest part is called the torso, okay? That's how we understand for this context, torso. Now, what's the torso effect? Do you know, my friends, that when you speak on the stage, always try to keep your hands outside your torso. I repeat, whenever you speak on the stage, please ensure that your hands, while using your hands, always the hand should be outside your torso. Look at the slide like that. Can you all see that? That's called the torso effect. When they speak, look at all the three of them. Their hands are outside the torso. Agree? And do you know this, my friends? The more you take them outside, the more powerful you look. Do you know this? I repeat, this is called the torso effect because please remember this, the more your hands go outside the torso, the more they far, the more the more effective, the more powerful you look. And psychologically, even there's a big crowd, even the last person sitting in the last row, when you use the torso effect powerfully, he can feel connected to you. Do you know that? Torso has got its power. The torso, it's called the torso effect. The more they're outside torso, the more powerful you look. Only one exception. Only one exception. The exception is if you are talking in a video. That's the only exception, friends. See, please write the sentence first. The more your hands are outside the torso, the more powerful they look. Please write that sentence first. The more your hands are outside the torso, the more powerful they look. Give me a frank answer. Okay, once you finish writing that, type done. The more your hands are outside the torso, the more powerful they look. Now let's talk. Let's see the feedback, friends. Look at the slide now. You see two girls. Okay, one girl at the bottom left, she kept her hands like this. She's had an outside torso, and one girl on the right side, her hands are like this. Among these two girls, who looks more powerful? Type your answer. The one on the top, the one on the bottom. Exactly, right? See why majority of us felt she's more powerful because of the torso effect. Understand that? Agree? See, that's the point, friends. All she did is she just kept her hands far away from her torso, and she looks powerful. Agree? That's a magical torso effect. The only exception, friends, remember, the only exception to this is when you are on a video like this. For example, we have an online session now. Okay, when you're on a webinar or when you're shooting a video, please make sure your hands are within the torso. That's the only exception. The torso, outside torso is only on the stage, right? But in a video conference or in a video call or in a webinar, your hand should be within the torso. Why? Because they look more appropriate. They look more powerful within the torso only on the video. Clear? Because even if I do something here, you can't see my hands there, right? So the impact will not be there. So please make sure your hands are within the torso on a video, outside the torso on the stage. Correct? Good. Any questions on the torso effect? Actually, friends, what we should do is we've got to use a combination. The open palm and the torso. That's the right combo. Agree? Type yes or no. Yeah. Correct. So whenever you speak on the stage, remember this point. You've got to use your hands. Hands, I told you, hands provide visual support. Correct. Rather, you're right. The torso effect shows how calm and powerful the speaker is. Yes. How much outside it should be, as the more they're outside, the more powerful they look, Tushar. But again, you can't, that doesn't mean that you go and just stand like this, right? When depending on the topic you're speaking, you got to keep your hands, if you're talking about a big example, you're saying, if you're talking about a big topic, I mean, let's say you're saying there's a big opportunity out there in the market, the more you use your hands outside, the more the audience feel powerful, the more the audience feel connected, like that. Okay, good. So as I told you, the combo is the point, friends. You learned the open palm method, and you learned the torso effect. Try to use the combination of open palm and torso. Believe me, most of the speakers, that's how they get connected to the audience. And by the way, we're talking about the core content delivery, which is the largest part of your speech, and that in that largest speech, you got to make sure you keep them connected, and your hands can do the magic, because hands, as I told you, provide visual support. So that's the second point, the torso effect. Yes. Can we use it at specific points? Yes, you can. See, okay, now that you understand, Priyanka, that when we talk about the third strategy called the parking position, see, that doesn't mean, okay, as rightly said by Priyanka, it doesn't mean that you got to constantly keep using your hands, right? Doesn't mean that you constantly, all through your content, you keep moving a torso effect in open palm. You can't do it continuously, right? Only when an important point or impact has to be done on the audience, use your hands appropriately. Now the question comes, what to do with your hands when you don't want to use them? Okay, you're using open palm, using torso effect, fantastic. But there'll be occasions when you don't have to use your hands, right? It's not that you got to keep moving your hands all the time. So what do you do in such cases? Please write down the third position is called the parking position. You should know what not to do with your hands. We already learned that. So now that you don't want to use hands, you can't keep it in your pocket. You can't fold them. You can't play with the button, right? You can't keep doing the hand wash. So what to do then? Please write down. Third strategy is called the parking position. And why is a globe there revolving? I mean, why is there a globe there? Now the globe is there because this is called the global authority position. Please make note of it. This parking position is also called the global authority position. You know, many top class people whom we consider as global authorities, even they use this position. It's called the parking position. How to do it is very simple. Look at the slide. This is the parking position. This is the parking position. Okay, friends, can you look at the slide? Can you all keep like this? I can't see you, but just keep your parking positions. This is the position, okay? Your fingers should be together, your thumb, and there should be gap in between. Okay, so this is parking position. When you don't keep like this, you keep it actually parallel to your stomach. Very good. Use this position version 1.0. Fantastic, Radha. Good. So this is called the parking position, friends. Okay, it makes you look very powerful. It makes you look very comfortable. It makes you look as if you're very relaxed and professional. Instead of keeping your hands like this or playing with the button, this is called the parking position. Very effective. But again, let me tell you this, friends, all these will look artificial if you go straight on the stage and apply it. Got to practice, right? Repetition is the mother of skill. So please repeat until you build this skill. Wherever you speak starting today, if you try open palm, try the torso effect, try the parking position when you speak, even to your family members. Yeah, these three positions are common to both the genders. Pooja, your right question. Okay, I'm only explaining the ones which are unisex. It's not exclusive for males or females. Both of them can use it, right? So the parking position is this position. Here's a small assignment for all of you today. Okay, stand in a parking position, take a picture, send to me in WhatsApp. Okay, and this entire week, whomever you're speaking to, your family members, your friends, wherever you're speaking, if you're speaking on the video, wherever you're speaking, practice open palm, practice torso effect, practice the parking positions, right? And you know, let me tell you something. What it suggests when speakers hold their hands behind their body. Okay, friends, beyond these three positions, there are other positions which we can use, but Now, keeping your hands behind your behind the body, again, that shows attitude, my dear Arjun. Okay, I'm trying to say that these three are not the only positions. There are other positions also, but these three are universally acceptable positions. That's why we're learning them. And these three are unisex, by the way. Male and female both can use them, right? Can you tell me when it's appropriate to use parking lot position? Okay, when is it appropriate? Very simple, Radha. Whenever you don't want to use your hands as open palm or torso effect, when you're making a point and you want to just, you can't keep moving your hands all the time. When it's an important point to say, you use your hands appropriately, and during other times, you just go back to the parking position and speak. Right? Good. So try to learn parking position, friends. I want every one of you friends to take a picture of yourself. Ask someone to take your photograph, stand in a confident posture, keep your parking position, send it to me so that I'll see whether you're using your parking position appropriately or not. Right? The right place should be it should be parallel to your stomach. Actually, it's below your chest, so that's the place you keep your hands. Okay, try it. So friends, that finishes the first primary area, hands. Now you know what not to do with your hands. You also know how to use your hands powerfully on the stage, off the stage, and even before the camera. Any questions so far? Fantastic question, Ravi. Parking position won't be possible if we have a mic in one of the hands. Absolutely right. That is why in this lesson called body language, we have the last lesson called how to use your mic effectively. We'll come to this question then, my friend. Yeah, thank you for that question. Good question. You can't use parking position when you have a mic in your hand. That's a nice question. We'll discuss about it in the last part of this chapter. Okay, when there's a podium, how can we use this position? Priyanka, now that you asked me that question, let me answer this. My dear friends, remember this for a lifetime, that we avoid podiums. Remember this point. I repeat, unless it's a necessity, unless it's like the rule of the game, okay, where you have no other choice. Okay, 1 second, Durika, I'll give you my contact number. 1 second. Yeah, friends, unless it's a rule that that you have to speak behind the podium. If there's a rule like that, only then we speak behind the podium. In every other possible situations, we always avoid the podium. Why? Because do you know, my friends, podiums hide you by 70%. 70% of your body is hidden by the podiums. Agree, yes or no? And we just learned today that to hold the audience enthusiasm, 55% weightage goes to body language. Remember, 7% is content, 50% is body language, 38% is vocal variety. Remember? So 55% weightage the body language is got. And if you're hiding that behind a podium, that is not the right way of doing a powerful presentation. So the best way you can always do is, whenever you go on a stage, if you have to speak, you can always ask the organizers that you want a hand mic, or you want a collar mic, or you want something so that you can move from the podium, you can show your whole body to the audience, and you move and talk, right? So avoid podiums. Okay, why do we have podiums then? That's a good question, Pooja. Why? Because there are occasions when you have to read some content, right? It is more than you speaking, you have to read. Let's say there's two sheets of paper, you got to read and give them that information. Instead of holding it like this, it's not comfortable. You can always keep it on the podium there, read it. So it's more like a comfort for reading, not a comfort for speaking. Okay. Podium, what is a podium? Podium is just that wooden structure where you know, podium, sir, Rudresh. Podium is that wooden kind of a table with mics where you stand behind that and you speak. Right, exactly. Okay, so avoid podiums, my friends, because that obstructs your body language. Initially, yes, my dear friends, initially, maybe the first 1, 2, 3 initial sessions of yours, if you're feeling very nervous, you may want to hide behind the podium. You can hold it to feel safe. You can hold the podium maybe. Yeah, so first 1, 2, 3 sessions, okay, but make sure the sooner you come out of the podium, the faster you build the skill, right? Good. So thank you so much for today's session, friends. I hope this added some value. and you want my phone number. It's my WhatsApp number is 903 000 1012. I repeat, it's 903 000 1012. Okay, correct. Okay, so those of you who haven't received the list of great books or great movies, just type books and movies in my WhatsApp. I'll send you those links also so that you can benefit from them. Right. So thank you so much, friends. Once again, happy Dasara to all of you. Enjoy the festive mood with your family, and we'll catch up again next Sunday, 11 a.m. sharp. Over to you, sir. Srinivas, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. My dear students and members, happy Dashera once again, and enjoy the Dashera vacation. That's all for the day, and we'll close the session. Thank you.